Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a beautiful look outside our weather window on this Tuesday afternoon and look at the shot as we look down from the cross camera up at Wenatchee Heights and our Sky-Fi Tower camera. Of course, East Wenatchee to the right side of your screen, Wenatchee to the left, and the beautiful Columbia River. And what a great spring day it was out there today with temperatures hovering in the upper 60s to near 70s. Much less wind than yesterday too, but as you can see, a few clouds out there, but that really didn't affect us much or keep our temperatures down much. And as we take a look at our 7-day forecast quickly, a warm one tomorrow with cloudy skies, cloudy on Thursday and breezy, and then some nice weather as we head into Friday with 71 degrees, a little bit of rain this weekend, and then mostly cloudy and 66 as we kick off the first part of next week. And we'll have your complete north central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Malaga man allegedly displayed a handgun Monday because he was angry about construction going on next door, then assaulted his spouse and lunged for a firearm when sheriff's deputies arrived. A Wenatchee man is jailed on $10,000 bond after police arrested him in a series of vehicle thefts. And the body of an adult male found over the weekend in Kittitas County has been identified. But first, we begin tonight. One person was killed and another injured yesterday afternoon in a two-car collision near Desert Air. The Washington State Patrol reports that 38-year-old Criselia Zepeda-Zavito of Desert Air was driving northbound on State Route 243 shortly after 12 noon when her Pontiac Grand Prix drifted off the roadway, overcorrected, and then drifted into the southbound lane where it collided with the Silverado pickup being driven by 31-year-old Verlin Olson of Mattawa. Zepeda-Zavito was pronounced dead at the scene. Colson was transported to Cadlick Medical Center in Richland. State Route 243 was closed for 5 hours after that accident. Meanwhile, a Malaga man allegedly displayed a handgun Monday because he was angry about construction going on next door, then assaulted his spouse and lunged for a firearm when sheriff's deputies arrived. 53-year-old Gustavo Gomez Gutierrez remains jailed after the arrest at his home about 3:30 p.m. Deputies arrived after construction workers next door said Gomez complained about the dust from their work site while carrying a pistol in his hand. Deputies said they entered the house after seeing Gomez grappling with his wife through a door window. He allegedly ran for his bedroom and tried to reach a handgun lying on a nightstand before deputies overpowered him. He faces possible charges of attempted assault, domestic violence, and resisting arrest. A Wenatchee man is jailed on $10,000 bond after police arrested him in a series of vehicle threats. 21-year-old Jordan Matthew Templeton allegedly arrived early Sunday at one location on Crescent Street, driving a stolen car, parked it, and then stole a second car from that same location. Both vehicles were Honda Accords. The owner of the second car saw the thief and described him. Police identified Templeton as the suspect when they arrested him near Cross Street and Terminal Avenue, allegedly carrying car burglary tools and a small amount of heroin. They suspect he may have carried out previous auto thefts in the South Wenatchee area. The body of an adult male found over the weekend in Kittitas County has been identified now as 20-year-old Leroy Scott, originally from Louisiana. Sheriff's deputies responded to the scene where local residents spotted the body in the creek along Smithson Road. One of the residents happened to look down at the creek when passing by in a vehicle. Deputies confirmed the report, secured the scene, notified the county coroner, and then requested the sheriff's major crimes unit respond. Deputies have been able to determine the victim, though originally from Louisiana, had ties to Washington through Fort Lewis. They've also been able to determine he was not employed by the military at the time of his death. Finally, police have identified the Wenatchee man shot and killed by a Douglas County Sheriff's deputy exactly 1 week ago. 29-year-old Thomas M. Mathis III was a guest in the home of a couple living on Normal Lane on April 21st. Shortly after 11 p.m., a male resident of the home dialed 911 and left the line open. Rivercom dispatchers heard the sounds of a physical altercation, and police said at some point Mathis armed himself with a handgun. An arriving deputy opened fire, and Mathis was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators have so far not identified the deputy who fired those fatal shots. The case is under investigation by a multi-agency task force. Coming up next, the number of people hospitalized for COVID-19 has fallen in the past 2 weeks at Central Washington Hospital, while at the same time, Confluence Health and hospitals across the state are concerned people are not seeking treatment for other health issues. The Chelan County PUD isn't sure yet how hard the COVID-19 pandemic is hitting its customers financially. In response to the financial hardship the COVID-19 pandemic has put on local small businesses, the historic Downtown Chelan Association will launch a microloan program for qualified applicants, and a major new subdivision could bloom in the foothills above Wenatchee. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
Aging and Adult Care offers many in-home care options and services for seniors and family caregivers. But did you know they also offer free in-home delivered meals? Aging and Adult Care has expanded its program for home-delivered meals to help elderly and vulnerable adults at this challenging time. If you are in need of prepared meals or know someone who could benefit, call Aging and Adult Care for more information about free home-delivered meals. Call 509-886-0700.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Welcome back. In another news, the number of people hospitalized for COVID-19 has fallen in the past 2 weeks at Central Washington Hospital, while at the same time, Confluence Health and hospitals across the state are concerned people are not seeking treatment for other health issues. As of Monday afternoon, 7 people were being treated for the coronavirus at the Wenatchee Hospital, 4 of those in the intensive care unit. The focus on the COVID-19 outbreak has created a, quote, scary trend happening across the state, unquote. That's according to Andrew Canning of Confluence Health. He said people are delaying their care needs and putting themselves at risk. The Washington State Hospital Association says an abnormally low number of patients seeking routine medical care for new or chronic health conditions has led to more severely ill people showing up at hospitals. Both Confluence and the association say they're prepared and able to safely treat patients. The Chelan County PUD isn't sure yet how hard the COVID-19 pandemic is hitting its customers financially. The PUD has waived late payment fees and halted disconnects through the end of July, but PUD commissioners said at their Monday meeting they're not sure what more, if anything, needs to be done. The PUD staff said they've seen a modest increase in customers seeking assistance, and past due revenue has increased somewhat. The Helping Hands Fund, a federal and customer-funded service to help customers in need, however, has seen 118 people seek assistance since March 1st. Normally, 5 to 10 people use that fund each month. The commissioners said they'll watch closely in the coming months to monitor any struggles their customers are having. Well, as we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic has created extremely difficult circumstances for many small businesses in our community. In response to the financial hardship the pandemic has put on local small businesses, the historic Downtown Chelan Association will launch a micro loan program for qualified applicants starting on May 1st rather. Loans of up to $5,000 will be available and must be repaid over a period of 3 years at a rate of 2%. Payments deferred for the first 6 months and no interest on that term for the first 12 months. The loans are first come, first served for qualified applicants, and total program funding will cap at $100,000. The application period will open May 1st, 2020 and will close on May 7th, 2020. Well, a major new subdivision could bloom in the foothills above Wenatchee. Triad Maple, a Seattle development partnership, wants to put nearly 400 new residential lots on undeveloped land recently annexed by the city. Bart and Sheila Clennon own the property. The site plans filed with the city earlier this month are just one step in getting the new neighborhood approved. The Triad development is one of at least 5 that have been proposed in or near the Wenatchee foothills, but it would be the largest of the bunch, about 167 acres in size. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Unemployment rates have skyrocketed in Washington since the COVID-19 pandemic forced major social restrictions on the world. In tonight's feature story and a Zoom interview, Governor Jay Inslee told NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins the state is trying to catch up with the record numbers of unemployment applicants and talked about what a post-pandemic Washington might look like.
Every county in Washington has at least doubled the number of unemployment claims since last year, and Employment Security Department has had some trouble keeping up with the demand on the system. Do you feel confident that ESD is able to meet those needs now going forward? We're expecting more jobless claims this weekend, for instance.
Well, no, we have been deluged by this, tidal wave of applicants. This is like 7, 8 times more than at the height in a single week of the Great Recession. So we are building up our capacity to try to respond as quickly as possible to this tsunami. And we're hiring about 200 people a week to be able to help process those claims. The Employment Security Department has also adopted new technology to try to channel some of these inquiries to make them more efficient using new technology. But there is going to be, unfortunately, some frustration of people right now. I feel it deeply. Look, people are waiting for their claims. That's extremely frustrating. That's why we've dedicated every possible resource to getting the system to be as functioning as possible. There is good news is that we're told, at least as a few days ago, we were getting the checks out. Once the claims were approved, the checks were being delivered in a timely fashion. But we want to get the processing of the claims much more rapidly. And we're going to do everything we can to do that as soon as humanly possible.
What is all this? I mean, this has changed norms for a lot of people. What does this experience tell you about the ways that we live and the way our systems and our government operates in Washington, and how they might have to change permanently?
Well, I guess what I've seen is a lot of creativity. It's convinced me again that Washingtonians are very creative, innovative people, and we have found new ways of doing business, certainly electronically. We have in our state government. Companies have shown that they can operate remotely with a lot of great success, frankly. I think one thing coming out of this is that we're going to find a lot more communication electronically, so we don't have to commute, frankly, and save a lot of money on gas. That might be one thing coming out of here. The other thing, as I've learned, is that when people work together, they can do really big things. I think Washington is as united as it has ever been around a central mission, and that's the mission is to defeat this virus. I saw a poll the other day, I think it was this morning, like 75 or 77% of people were committed to this mission and believe it has been a success. You know, we couldn't get 77% to agree on, you know, what day was Thanksgiving usually in the state of Washington. And we're seeing massive compliance. People are following this. They are staying home in large numbers. We've reduced physical interactions by maybe 50%. And this is really hard slogging. This is just tough. I mean, you know, my brother and sister-in-law in East Wenatchee, they don't get to see, you know, my 102-year-old mother-in-law is frequently. And this is hard work, but people are doing it because they understand that life itself is at stake. I'm just glad to be able to say how proud I am of our state right now. The rest of the country is paying attention. There are a lot of calls asking how we've been successful here. I'd like to brag about our state.
Governor, what do you think is the first thing that you will do when stay home, stay healthy is you're able to set that aside and you're able to do something that these ground rules right now forbid?
Well, I will go wrestle with my 4 grandchildren and then go visit my 102-year-old mother-in-law and take her some flowers. Looking forward to that.
Very good. I appreciate your time today, sir, and I wish you best of health.
Thank you. Wash your hands.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to all of those details, there's a lot to get to today. Let's take a look outside our beautiful weather window, looking back at Turtle Rock from our Rondo Sky-Fi Tower camera. You can see Turtle Rock very visible today in the left center of your screen there, and a few high clouds out there this afternoon. That did keep our temperature down somewhat today. Still a beautiful day all across North Central Washington. Unofficially 70 out there today without light wind. 66 is our normal high for this time of year. 42 is where we started the day, and that's about where we should be. 43 is normal. Record high and record low only a year apart. 1983 was our 87 rather was our record high at 83 degrees. Record low 1986, and that was at 32 degrees. Sunrise this morning 5:48, and the sun will set for us tonight at 8:09. And one thing as we check out our Wednesday hump day forecast, one thing will stand out as we look at our map, and that is much warmer temperatures. How about 80 degrees in Moses Lake tomorrow, 79 in Ephrata, 78 for Quincy. Will be middle 70s, 76 in Wenatchee, 75 for Kashmir, also in Eniat and Chelan, and an even 75 tomorrow for you folks in Omak. Tonight we can expect mostly clear skies, turning mostly cloudy as our evening wears on. Light winds overnight tonight and mild with temperatures, boy, on the mild side, upper 40s to near 50 overnight tonight. Lots of high pressure around the western United States is keeping us mostly clear for Wednesday, mostly cloudy. It will be warmer tomorrow. We're going to see a surge of warm air move into north central Washington. We could see an isolated shower very late in the day, but check this out. We're talking lower 80s tomorrow in the Tri-Cities, and we will be flirting mid to upper 70s tomorrow, as we just showed you, maybe some locations near 80 degrees. And then on Thursday, a windy day. Here's our weather maker, this area of low pressure off the Pacific, but it's going to throw some wind our direction. We're talking gusts of around 30 miles an hour on Thursday. Friday, increasing clouds. It will stay on the mild side, but we do have a chance for an isolated shower late in the day, all because of this area of low pressure off the coast of British Columbia that will eject some showers our way, especially, unfortunately, as we get into the upcoming weekend. Mostly cloudy, a 50% chance for rain on Saturday. All of this will continue to move through on on Sunday. It'll keep eastern Washington a little bit wet for Sunday, but our big weather maker will be a lot of wind. Check out all of this wind over the western United States. We could see gusts around 30 miles an hour once again. Sunday's rain will mainly be in the eastern part of the state and the Cascades, and then by Monday, partly cloudy skies. We'll still see dry conditions and breezy conditions as well, with winds on Monday between 10 and 20 miles an hour. Take a look now at our Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast, and tonight will drop down to 48 degrees. I talked about it being very mild. Wednesday mostly cloudy and warmer, 76, breezy and 69 on Thursday. Nice for Friday, and then as we get into the upcoming weekend, a little bit wet. 50% chance of rain Saturday, 40% Sunday, and then partly cloudy and mild Monday with a high then of 66. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you, staying home and staying healthy. Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Former Wenatchee Panther and Washington Husky Trey Adams is now a Buffalo Bill. The standout offensive tackle signed a free agent contract with the Bills over the weekend. He says it's been an incredible journey.
At the end of the day, it's an opportunity, and that's all you can ask for. I'm blessed with the opportunity. I'm happy. I'm excited. And like at the end of the day, I can, tell my friends and tell my family and, share stories of my experiences, that some people can never say they've ever done. And I think that's cool. And I think that, being from a small town, I just want to represent. I want to make everyone proud and happy and do all I can to like put my name in the city on the map. Like, that's all I've ever wanted, is to just know that a lot of good athletes, come out of Wenatchee. Wenatchee's built off like toughness and strength and of everyone together. And, I've always just loved being from the Valley and can't thank everybody enough, but also just can't thank my parents enough and my family. And so it's an opportunity. I'm excited. And, whether or not you get, a first round pick or second round pick, it's an opportunity. Everyone's got to go prove themselves at the end of the day. And I have that opportunity. I'm excited. And, I got the strength of everyone in the Valley behind me.
Now, there's still so many questions facing the NFL trying to operate under a pandemic. Trey says he's not sure what the next step is, but he'll stay in Wenatchee, continue to work out until that call comes.
I don't know a lot just because it just happened, but I assume it'll be Zoom and a lot of just figuring out dates when we can finally be in person. But right now, I'm just kind of enjoying and getting ready to set up, continue working out and set up a good spot and, finish what I started. And, it's just like everything leading up to this. That's just been like the pre-Trey. The next Trey is like this new mission I'm on. And I hope I can make everyone proud and, look back and just enjoy this time that we've had together. And I'm excited. But for now, I'm in Wenatchee and I'm, going to be working out and doing stuff like that. So.
Adam says he's excited to learn more about the hunting prospects in the Buffalo, New York area from his future teammates. Quarterback Jake Fromm was a big hunter, and he was drafted in the 5th round by Buffalo. He says, well, if there's no good hunting there, I can always come home and hunt here in North Central Washington. We'll get more from Trey Adams coming up tomorrow here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, the Seahawks releasing of Justin Britt and DJ Fluker made about $12 million in cap space, and that led many to believe that they were going to pursue once again Jadeveon Clowney for his services. While the Seahawks drafted 2 defensive ends and brought in 2 others with signings in the offseason, John Schneider and Pete Carroll say there's still a chance of getting Clowney to be in a Seattle uniform in 2020.
He did a great job for us. He's been he was amazing this past year. We were in negotiations with his agent for a long time, and at some point you need to move on and keep conducting business. And it's not Jadeveon's fault. It's nobody's fault, but you have to keep moving, man. Or you're gonna get beat.
Yeah, just staying in touch with him. He's kind of patient with the time frames that are out there and all that, but he knows that the Seahawks is a place that he had some success and that he had a really good time and he contributed to our club and all that. So it's pretty good feeling for him being out there still. So, Johnny will take care of it. And if there's an opportunity that makes sense, then we'll dive back in and pursue it.
Clowney was originally seeking over $20 million a year. The market did not respond, so according to closest source to Clowney, he's lowered that to about $12,000 to $13,000, maybe in the $15 million range. Did I say thousand? Yeah, no, millions of dollars. Still a lot to be learned about Jadeveon Clowney's future. Well, Governor Jay Inslee announced Monday that fishing and hunting and golf would be allowed once again in the state of Washington, specifically with fishing and hunting coming up on May 5th. Kelly Suswin's the director of the State Department of Fish and Wildlife. He says that does not open up the grounds to extended stays.
We ask that you recreate with members of your household. We ask that you recreate locally. So for us, we did not define a local term. We're asking that you to basically stick with day trips. Basically go out, be prepared, bring that sanitizer, hand sanitizer with you. Take everything with you need so you can leave your home, go out, recreate, come home, and not have to engage with anybody beyond your immediate group. If you arrive at your location and it's crowded, please find another place to go. We're asking folks to recreate responsibly. We know you can. We're in it together. To our hunters that can't meet those guidelines, so I'm thinking spring turkey and some of our spring bear hunters, if you can meet the guidelines, go. We wish you the best of luck. If you can't, contact us. We'll make sure to make it right for you. We're refunding license fees. We're reestablishing preference points for our drawings. We want people to recreate safely, and when you can't, work with us, and we'll make you whole again.
State parks and lands are reopening as well, but no overnight camping is allowed. The governor did warn that if COVID-19 numbers come up again, that they would reverse this decision. Well, coming up tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, it's a great game of our past, and boy, this is a special one. It is Unified Basketball. Tonight at 7 o'clock, it's from January of 2018 as Eastmont visited Wenatchee. You don't want to miss this one. Coming up on Thursday, Hockey Night features the Wenatchee Wild and the Vernon Vipers. Art Checker has the call at 7 o'clock. That's from February of this year. Friday's another great game of our past as Wenatchee and Eastmont battle in Big Nine girls soccer from November of 2019. Then our double dip Saturday, girls bowling from January of 2018 at 1:30, followed by Apple Sox baseball against the Walla Walla Sweets. That'll be at 6:30 on Saturday nights. With sports, I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I've had no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Yeah, I'm so bored at home now, I'm watching reruns of Hee Haw on YouTube. Join me tomorrow for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Crystal Hughes will be my guest. She is the host of an upcoming real estate show that we're hoping to roll out real soon as we can. We'll talk about the local real estate market, plus everything you need to know to start your Wednesday. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley tomorrow at 7 o'clock, live right here. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Dan, and salute. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Owner Andrew Vickery brings years of experience to help you transition your backyard into a place where memories are made, family time is looked forward to, and friends are always welcome. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa offers many different styles and sizes of artesian spas, both new and used, as well as residential and commercial pool and spa services, regular maintenance and repairs, and all the chemicals required to keep your pool and spa crystal clear. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.